Hi everyone, today I'll be teaching you how to make my version of a seafood boil in a bag and my version of Blove Smackalicious sauce. Of course, this is totally improvised and not the original way you're supposed to make seafood boil in a bag, but it's chill because it tasted good anyway. I made a whole bunch of mistakes, but don't worry, I pinpointed each time I made a mistake, and at the end of the video, I'll be explaining exactly what I did wrong. Alright, let's get started. Before you get started with anything, thaw out your meats. I'm talking about your crabs, your mussels, your sausage, and your shrimp. We're gonna start by making the sauce. So first we're gonna start by cutting our vegetables. So right here I have a green pepper, a yellow pepper, and a red pepper. I like to cut my peppers by cutting out the stem first. Then I cut them in half and clean out the insides. After I've cleaned the insides of the peppers, I start cutting them. We're only going to use 1/2 of each bell pepper. I'm going to chop the bell peppers into nice bite-sized pieces and then put them in a bowl and set them to the side. Now we're going to chop an onion. I usually wear goggles I always wear goggles when I'm chopping an onion because I don't like how it burns my eyes. After chopping the onions, place them in a bowl. In a pan, melt 4 sticks of butter. Now we're going to add Blove Smackalicious sauce. We're only going to add 1/3 cup of the Blove Smackalicious sauce mix. I absolutely love her sauce. I'm just showing you guys how I like to make it. Now add your onions. Then add your bell peppers. I like to add bell peppers to the sauce personally just because I love bell peppers. It just makes the sauce sweet and delicious, and bell peppers are the bomb. Then add some ginger. I don't particularly like pickled ginger, so I don't add a lot, just maybe like a spoonful, you know? Then add 1 tablespoon of apple cider vinegar. After that, add 1 cup of water. Then add 1 cup of sweet chili sauce. I really like Dame Dash's butter sauce, so this part of the recipe was totally inspired by him. Then I added lemon juice from 1 lemon. After that, I added 1/8 cup of garlic because I'm not a huge fan of garlic, but I do like the flavor, 2 tablespoons of white sugar, and 2 tablespoons of brown sugar. Alright, so now you're finished with the sauce. Let the sauce simmer on low for about 10 to 15 minutes or until the onions and bell peppers are translucent. Now that we've finished with the sauce, it's time to prep the rest of the food. Scrape the barnacles off of your snow crabs. Then set them to the side. Clean and break your corn. I did it! Cool! I have strength and whatever. Now wash and peel your potatoes. When you're finished peeling the potatoes, cut them in half. Now we're gonna de-shell and de-vein our shrimp. Here's the thing, I don't like shrimp. I'm not particularly fond of shrimp, so I don't like touching it. So I wear gloves when I have to cook using shrimp. And that's the reason I'm wearing those gloves. I got them from Walmart. They're called Glam gloves, and I love them. When you're finished, set your shrimp to the side. Now, fill a large pot with water. We're gonna add 2 tablespoons of white distilled vinegar into the pot. This makes it easier for you to crack and pick the crabs. Then add 1 tablespoon of liquid seafood oil. Now we're going to add our seasonings to the pot. First I added crab and shrimp boil Florida seafood seasoning. Then I added garlic powder, onion powder, and Old Bay. Then add your crabs and cook them for about 7 minutes. Okay, so in a slightly smaller pot, maybe about medium size, add the same seasonings that we did before. Now bring that to a boil. Alright, so the water boiled over because I added too much water, but you know, we're not gonna talk about that right now. We're not gonna mind it, alright? You know, everything was fine. Add your potatoes to the pot and then let it boil until the potatoes are soft enough to pierce through with a fork. I'm gonna be honest, I was doing like 50-11 things at the time, so I don't know how long I was cooking it for, but once you can pierce the potato and it goes all the way through with a fork, you know it's done. That's when you take it out. When the potatoes are finished cooking, take them out of the pot and set them to the side in a bowl. Now cook your corn for about 6 minutes. On a baking sheet covered in tin foil, we're going to place our king crabs down on there and then cook them in the oven at 400 for about 10 minutes, just to warm them up. Boil your mussels for about 2 minutes. Then boil your sausage for 10 minutes. Boil your eggs for about 10 to 15 minutes. Then finally, cook your shrimp for about 1 to 2 minutes. They cook really fast, like seriously. Keep an eye on them. Okay, so now we are finally done doing all the prep work. I don't have any measurements for all of this, just add as much and as little as you like. Like, I don't like shrimp, so I only cooked a little bit of shrimp, but if you do like shrimp, cook a lot of shrimp. I mean, it's your seafood boil, do what you want. So now I'm going to make a paste to cover and season the food even more. Start by melting 5 tablespoons of butter over medium to low heat. Then add 1 tablespoon of minced garlic, then I added 1 tablespoon of Old Bay, 1 tablespoon of crab and shrimp boil Florida seafood seasoning, 1 tablespoon of Cajun seasoning, about 2 to 3 tablespoons of paprika, and 1 tablespoon of crushed red pepper flakes. Go ahead and add more butter as you go along and just keep tossing everything until everything is completely covered. And this is the finished product. It looks delicious. How I wish I could eat this once more. Alright, now it's time to put the seafood into the bag. I got these large oven bags and I double bagged it because I was afraid the crabs were gonna pierce through. So we're just going to put the seafood into these oven bags. I reheated the Blove Smackalicious sauce, and now we're just going to ladle some of the sauce into the bag. I didn't add all of the sauce, I only added about half of it. just because like I didn't need it. I don't think it needed that much sauce. Now I'm just gonna shake it up so that the sauce covers everything and it seeps into the crabs. Just make sure it's all incorporated real nice. It smelled so good. Let me just tell you, it smelled so good and it looks delicious. Alright, that's about it. Just pop it in the oven at 400 for 5 to 10 minutes just to warm it up, and that's it. You're done. Now I'm going to tell you everything I did wrong. My first mistake was not putting the potatoes in water after I had peeled them. Putting them in water prevents them from going brown. My second mistake was seasoning the water when I was boiling the food. You don't need to season the water because the paste I made before seasons the food well enough. Seasoning the water just adds more unnecessary salt. My third mistake was boiling everything separately. You don't have to boil everything separately, you can just throw them into the same pot. But I didn't do that, which made it very overcomplicated and unnecessary. My fourth mistake was pre-cooking everything. With seafood boil in a bag, you don't have to pre-cook everything. You throw all your ingredients inside a bag with the seasonings and some butter and you throw it in the oven. So pre-cooking everything just made it overcomplicated and unnecessary. This is an overcomplicated version on how to make seafood boil in a bag. I'll probably make another video on how to make it the right way. I understand this is not the way to do it, but I didn't want to scrap the video. Plus, it still tasted pretty good. Hopefully you learned something from my mistakes and you got some good tips out of this. This was a really good learning experience for me though. I'll definitely have to make this again, but the right way. Alright, that's it for this video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Thank you so much for watching. Bye!
Good. You know how you made it?
Yeah, I filmed myself making it.
No, that is good.
I'm gonna put this in the bloopers. I'd film your face right now, but I know you'd kill me.
I'll bust you right in the eye.
See how she treats me? You see how she treats me?
No, that's good. Whoa! That thing spicy. That thing good. Woo! You need to make that paste again.
Should I just make another one and toss these in it?
Well, yeah, if you want to. Because we probably need a little more paste like that there.
You just want more.
Oh, I'm finna go get dressed.
Anyway, I didn't toss these in there because I knew they'd get all mushy. You know, I'm not going to do it.
But if you want to make some more paste, then you can put that in there.
No, I'm not going to do it because I know these will...
Make some more paste.